Morning. Yes, this is our early morning live. What we do is sit here and just listen to the sounds of nature. If you're interested, you're more than welcome to stay and hang around. We will be on here for approximately 1 hour. Hello, Erica. Hello, Corey. Welcome. Hello, Miss Queen. Good morning. It is 6:21 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. I want to thank you all for being here. Again, this is our early morning session where we just sit and chill. Listen to the music. Listen to the sounds of nature. You know, you can sit and meditate, think. If you have any comments or questions, I'm here to answer. It is 6:22 a.m. No, it's not dangerous here at all. If I felt like I was in any type of danger, or if it was dangerous here, I definitely wouldn't be living in this country. Um, it was dangerous in the U.S., but no, I feel my peace and freedom here in Ghana, West Africa. But no way I would stay here if this was a dangerous place. Nor would I have come here to live. No, it's very inexpensive to live here, especially if you live off U.S. money. If you're a person that has retirement, Social Security, disability, any type of consistent income, this is a very, very inexpensive place to live. And then again, it depends on your lifestyle. I've been watching your videos for the past 2 weeks. You inspired me to book me. Oh, blessings, Miss Queen. I encourage everybody to get a passport. Like I said, if you don't have a ticket or a destination, at least get your passport and have it ready. And thanks for watching. I appreciate that. Trying to get my camera stand right. I do have a new one coming in soon. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Thanks for coming in. We do have a moderator in the room. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping out. Thanks, Caltea. I didn't know if you was Caltea or TT, so I just kept it neutral. You know, I don't know people's TikTok handles and I mean YouTube handles, and I don't know their Cash App tags and stuff. Or somebody will send me a Zelle and say, Miss Kim, did you get my Zelle? And I'm like, how much was it and what was the name? 400, you would get about 1,000, mm, maybe 1,000, 15, 20 CDs, something like that. No, about 1,500 CDs is equivalent to approximately $100. Frank, I don't know why people ask certain questions. I try to answer them if I can, and some I just don't. A lot of people go by what they've seen on TV. 1,321. Okay, thank you, Miss Queen. Appreciate that. Thank you, Corey. I'm gonna take a walk around. A really quick walk around. I won't be able to see the screen while I'm walking, so I can't answer any questions. Excuse me, that was just a quick walk around the land. It's beautiful, Nana. Thank you. I love it here. It's very, very peaceful. Yeah, there's a nice little breeze in Elmina. You can definitely buy land cheap here and build a house. Thank you, Nana. Oh yes, it's a peaceful sound, especially at night. It's really, really a nice sound at night. It is 6:35, 6:36 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. I want to thank you all for being here. Yes, it is a blessing. It is. It definitely is a blessing. It's interesting because when I went back to the U.S. The second and third time, I got in my car to drive to the store, and I hadn't driven in so long. I was very uncomfortable driving, and I think my granddaughter or my daughter asked me. I think my daughter said, "Mommy, why you look nervous?" I said, "Girl, I haven't driven in so long, and everything in the U.S. is moving real fast, and there's people everywhere." I was very uncomfortable driving. Good morning, Frank. Yes, I did. I broke fast about 4:30 this morning, and I will. We started our fast, and then we'll end it and break fast again about 6:15 p.m. tonight. Thank you, Nana. It is therapeutic. Oh, and by breakfast, sorry, I mean I didn't eat. It's hard for me to wake up in the morning and eat. So what I had was a cup of coffee and a little bit of water. Thank you, Yvette. I do have a TikTok channel for those of you who don't know. It's Kimberly Renee, IT apostrophe S. It's Kimberly Renee. And I will get off here and then do the same thing on my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you, Frank. I've had my struggles here, trust me, but I've adapted to the culture and there's something new every day. But I absolutely love it here. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Even though I still have cravings for U.S. food, those cravings have went down tremendously. Well, what's the biggest thing happening today is we're still celebrating Ramadan. Still celebrating Ramadan. Sitting home, enjoying, just enjoying me, just me and my husband enjoying each other, relaxing, chilling. And sometimes we talk about reopening up the store and how we're going to go about doing that. You know, just plans to reopen up the store or if we're going to do farming again. Oh God, I needed mayonnaise, syrup. I wanted a submarine sandwich, like just some lunch meat. I really was craving sandwich, a lunch meat sandwich with Swiss cheese, American cheese, extra mayo, pickles, pizza. I think those were my biggest cravings. Was I really wanted some mayonnaise so bad. I didn't want to make any. I wanted some real mayonnaise from the store and a sub sandwich and a pizza. I had cravings for Chuckles candy. I think they call Chuckles. Those little licorice candies that come like 6 different colors in a pack. I would occasionally crave those, and I like candy that tastes like chalk, like Smarties. I love candy like that. But like I said, oh, and Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid was my biggest. Kool-Aid was my biggest craving for 3 years until the U.S. sent me so much Kool-Aid. I still have so much Kool-Aid that I don't have to worry about that anymore. Uh, I wanted real coffee. Like I wanted some Folgers crystals, some Maxwell House, French vanilla and hazelnut creamer. Those were my cravings as well. Actually, I just used the last hazelnut creamer that was sent from the U.S. One of my TikTokers sent me from the U.S. I doubt there are scorpions in this. Nana, you have to go to my TikTok and watch my video where I was sitting here doing a video and this big black scorpion came right up on this, right up here, like he was at home. But my husband said, "Oh, my wife, go inside," and got to shoot and beat him. But he said the black scorpions don't bite. Do you like red hot better made? Hold on. Maya, are you from Detroit? What up, though, Maya? Yes, somebody sent me some red hot better made chips. They sent me two Vernors ginger ales. Girl, I did. But other than that, in our last house we lived in, we would wake up in the morning, there would be the reddish, brownish scorpions in the house dead. We don't know what was killing them or what. Always wake up and there was a dead scorpion in the living room. Uh-oh, I'm from the west side too. 48210, baby. I went to Northwestern High School, Weber Middle School. And I'm a skater, so we roller skated at all the skating rinks growing up as kids. No, who is the boss? I haven't heard that. You went to Chassis and Munger? My daughter went to Chassis. When I moved back in 2001, I had one daughter in high school. She went to Chassis and Western. And my baby went to Munger. She went to Munger and Sherrill Elementary, and then we ended up moving back to California. Wow, Maya. Again, like I said, I do have a TikTok channel, which is It's Kimberly Renee. Again, It's Kimberly Renee. You know, they tore down Munger, they tore down Chatsey. They rebuilt them, but it's not the same. Would you consider stop eating fast foods from the U.S.? I don't get fat. I don't eat fast foods in the U.S. at all. I don't have access to that. But no, I don't. I'm not a fast food eater. When I'm here and we're out and I'm hungry, oh no, I never knew that person. You know, I haven't been to Detroit and since I went to visit in 2019, but when I'm out on the road here, they do have a KFC. If I stop, if I'm hungry, I'll stop and get a sandwich from KFC. But I'm not a fast food eater at all. I'm not a restaurant eater. Only when I'm out and I have to. Oh no, I won't. I don't eat enough of it for it to matter in my life. I eat a total healthy diet over here. So when I occasionally get things from the US that my body is craving, I enjoy it. When it's gone, it's gone. Somebody sent me some hamburger helper, because I was just craving it so bad. That was about a month ago, and I just ate it yesterday. But no, I don't eat enough processed food for it to really affect my body like that. Good morning, Latifa. Hey, twinning, welcome. Good morning, Michaela. Thanks for coming in. I'm gonna Google her. I did see on the news where they fired that teacher from Detroit. The interesting thing is they said she was from Detroit, but the school was in, I think, said Taylor on it. I'm doing good this morning, Latifa. Have you tried any Ghanaian local delicacies yet? You need to try awachi, sort of. Yes, I've tried wachi. The only thing, I don't eat any of the food here. I don't eat no roadside food. I don't eat any of the food for 3 years. Me and my husband, I cook my own food or my husband cooks for me. But my husband does eat it. You know, he's a local from here. But the only thing that I tried and liked was the wachi. There's something up in this tree. I'm trying to make sure it ain't a snake. Oh, that's a squirrel. Let me see. That's a squirrel up there making all that noise. I don't think I've seen a squirrel since I've been in Ghana, honestly. Yeah, I do go when I wake up early in the morning. When I can get up, I do come out and go live on YouTube, and then I will end YouTube and go live on TikTok. I do about an hour on YouTube and about an hour on TikTok. They have a gym here if you mean exercise. Yeah, they have a gym here. I don't really walk around. Usually when I'm leaving, my driver will pick me up and we just head out. I can walk out the gate if y'all want me to walk out the gate and see what's out there, but I don't generally know. I don't walk around. There's like a little well, I call the whole area a village, but I don't think they're really villages. I don't. Yeah, there is a village outside this gate, but not in the sense where we grew up thinking about villages. But like I said, if you would like for me to walk outside the gate, I will. I built a store in 2021 when I first moved here, so we were running the store. Now I'm 61 years old. I love my house. I don't do a damn thing. I do just different things around the house. I practice my, I plan my social media content, enjoy my husband, and I just kind of like watching YouTube on my TV. I'm not really a movie person, so I connect YouTube to my TV and watch my YouTube. Oh, I cannot. Now, I do like the shito that this one lady makes with the wachi, but I do not, and I cannot even watch a person eat okra stew. I just can't. Uh oh, nah, nah. No, I'm not really a traveler, Fiona. I'm not a traveler at all. That sounds strange because I'm in Africa. But the only other country I'm interested in seeing in Africa is Egypt. And that's, like I said, I want it to be a really quick 3 day trip, maybe five, and get out of there. Now, this big tree right here is a mango tree, and I cannot wait for them to be ready. And there's about six coconut trees way in the back by the fishing pond. I like okra. I just won't cook it till you get the snot part. I will barely steam it a little bit. And I love pickled okra in the jar. That's probably my favorite. I don't see the banana tree. I know on the land we planted six banana trees. We have like over 100 plantain trees on our farm. We planted about six banana trees and different. We have papaya and mango and different things over on our land. I'm married, but I don't see the banana tree. What is a bread tree? What is breadfruit? Pasella store. Thank you, Fiona. Breadfruit. Which tree is that? Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask the owner when I see him. Or actually ask my husband. This little squirrel is working my nose with his little self. He keeps running. Every time I put the camera up there, he runs. It's round green. Okay. Thank you, Nana. Is it this tree right here? It's in front of you towards the left. Towards the left. Is it this one? Does it have flowers on it? It's round green. Looks like a ball when you cut it. The inside is white. Oh, hold on. Let me see. I don't know. Are you talking about these? I don't know. I'm gonna ask my husband. Because we also have, okay, we have this stuff here. Let me see. And we have these, which might be the same thing. Let me know when to stop. Okay, I'll Google it when I get off of here because I don't know which tree it is. I kind of really wanted to know what these are because we have plenty of these here. Okay, thanks for Tesla. I'm gonna Google it when I get off. Oh, yeah, that's definitely true. That you can't be hungry here. It's food everywhere. It is nature's natural, God-given food here everywhere. It's kind of like in California, you can walk down the street and see orange trees and grapefruit trees. Yes, they have different names. Oh yeah, my first house had 3 soursop trees, lemon tree, orange tree, some pineapple trees, and mango. That was my very, very first house. Now, I found out about a week ago, which is why I have not had another soursop, because I try to eat, soursop a couple days a week. I found out the cleaning lady came in and told me we were talking, and we were getting ready to buy a bag of dates to break fast with, but there were bugs in the dates. And I was talking about bugs and fruit and that I have a phobia of worms. And we were talking about, I said I don't eat papaya because one, I don't like it, and for two, I saw a man open up a fresh papaya and inside of it was worms. So I will never touch a papaya again. And she said she was eating a sour sop and she saw something jump. And she looked again and she said it was jumping worms inside of her sour sop. And I have never touched another sour sop again. I just cannot make myself do it as much as I need it for health reasons because it's a very healthy food. That just did it for me. I mean, I didn't know worms were in oranges until the driver, Blacko, showed me a worm inside of an orange. And I just don't know what I'm going to eat now because my diet consists of fruits and vegetables and chicken. Yeah, I can't. I can. So my husband and Blacko was telling me that as the fruit gets more ripe, they try to enter. And also, if the when I buy them fresh, if there's already eggs on the fruit on the sour sop, then it's the eggs that hatch that's turn into the maggots or whatever. But either way, I can't imagine opening my sour sop and it's a worm in it. So now I don't know what I'm gonna do because that was my go-to weekly medicine. Do you know here in the U.S. in some states, if you pass by somebody's field or whatever, and you stop to pick some fruits, you get out of trouble. It was Florida. I saw all the oranges. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you can't just pick people's fruit. I have neighbors in California. I know, like I would be walking to school. I had a long, long walk to this bus in August, and I would be so thirsty, and I would always reach up and pick one of the oranges just to quench my thirst if I didn't have water with me. But oh yeah, I know you can't be driving on the side of the road and pull over and pick people's fruits. Girl, it gave me the heebie-jeebies. That's why I don't know. That's why I said I don't know what my food is gonna be now. I have no idea what to eat now. Once I found out there's worms in oranges, that did it. That did it for me. But they tried to convince me it's because the fruit is too ripe or something like that. Oh, I don't go nowhere with strangers. I don't even know a reason why I would go anywhere with a stranger. That's in the U.S. I wouldn't go nowhere with a stranger, nowhere in the world. I have a driver, the same driver I've had for years, and I have my husband. But no, 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 no. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, that's what they say in Ghana. It's just protein, but I'll pass. Well, the thing is, I buy mangoes, for instance, and I found out worms was in mangoes. So I eat a watermelon a day, and I eat mangoes and the what do you call it, sour sop. They all have worms in them potentially, and just whether there's a worm in my mango or not, I just am gonna have a problem eating one again, even though this big old mango tree is here. I have not bought fruit in a week. After I left the dungeon in 2021, I was literally traumatized. I was in shock and I was traumatized. We had been in Ghana 3 days when we went to the Cape Coast dungeon. And I was traumatized. I really was. Going through the Elmina dungeon was later, had a different effect on me because I had already gone through the Cape Coast dungeon. But it's hard to be in there. It's hard to be in there. It's hard to hear the story. I only go back and forth inside the dungeons because I take my TikTok audience inside the dungeons and to the different historical sites. They're telling me to eat them when they're to get when they get out when I first buy them to wash them off in case there's any eggs on them. Don't buy any fruit that has a black spot on it. But I like to get my mangoes and let them sit till they get soft and juicy. And they were telling me that those are the fruits that the bugs like. They don't like the hard mangoes and sour sop. And I like to let my sour sop and my fruit get to where it's really juicy. You know, when I went into the Cape Coast dungeon, this is the story. The first thing that happened was we hadn't entered the dungeon yet. We were outside on the top where the cannons are and the ocean where they threw our ancestors in. You know, they threw them in the ocean alive. Uh, and somebody from way across the water, God is my witness, shouted, Kim, really loud. It sounded like a little boy about 8 or 9 years old. Quiet. When we went inside the dungeon, we're doing the tour, and we got to I think it was the female's dungeon. He was telling the story, and I could hear people talking, like several people having a conversation. Again, I knew my sisters didn't hear it because I'm watching their faces as I'm hearing this chatter in this room. And I asked the tour guide, I said, "Excuse me, sir." So I asked my sister, I said, "Do y'all hear people talking?" And they looked at me and said, "No, we don't hear nothing." So I didn't say nothing. I just let him go ahead and finish his tour. And again, as God is my witness, something called me to the one of the corners of the dungeon of the room. And I asked the man, can I walk over there to this corner? He was rude. He said, "Go over there." I said, "I can't. It's dark. Can you put your light over there?" I reached down and touched the ground and I couldn't feel anything. So I said, "What is right here?" He said, "I don't know." And I said, "Oh, okay." So that was a spiritual experience. I could hear them chattering, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. And as far as the little boy yelling my name across the ocean, I was trying to remember who do I know that was 8 or 9 years old that may have passed away that I knew of. And I didn't have a friend that passed away at that young age. The earliest friend I know that passed away was 12. But that was my experience going into the Cape Coast dungeon that very first day. It was powerful. Now we at the end of the tour there is a priest. I think he's a priest. He sits up on a throne, like these two or three stairs, and at the top there's his chair. And next to him are three stools, and it was seven of us. And he said, sit on the, he all he said was sit on the stool. And I didn't move, none of my sisters moved. And he said, go sit on the stool. And I said, oh, you talking to me? And he said, yes, go and sit on the stool. There were three stools. I don't know why he told me to sit on the stool. So I went and sat on the middle stool. And I never asked him why he told me to sit on the stool. I still don't know to this day why he chose me out of my sisters to sit down. Also, people don't know how the worms get into fruit or maggots get into the fruit. What happened is when the tree is flowering, it's getting ready to put out the fruit. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Priscilla. Either way, I'm having a problem with fruit now. Even bell pepper. Even bell pepper. I will not touch a bell pepper anymore. My husband has to cut my bell peppers up for me. I have a serious phobia with worms. When I was a little girl and it rained in Detroit, Detroit had these big, long, red earthworms, super long, fat earthworms that would be all over the ground when it rained. And I just can't take it. Even at 61, I have a problem with worms and maggots. Yeah. My like I said, my diet was fruits and vegetables and a chicken. But now I really now the last week I've been eating chicken every day, soup. That's it. After she saw they after they started telling me about worms being in mangoes, my daily meal was I would get a watermelon a day, two mangoes, and grapefruit. And if the sour sop was in season, I would get sour sop. And now I have nothing to eat but chicken. So the worms are gonna be inside regardless, is what you're saying, Pesella. And I've probably eaten so many of them and just didn't notice because I didn't know. I thought as long as I picked a fruit that didn't have a black, I don't pick fruit with dark spots on it because to me the worm has entered that fruit. But I don't even know what I'm gonna eat now. That's a concern for me, and it really concerns my husband because now he sees me eating the fruits and vegetables anymore, and it bothers him because that was what we did every day. I ate one watermelon a day. Wow, wow. Whew. So we have been on this live. Hold on a second. Folks, sorry for the error. I'm using talk to text. We're saying get the fruit when they're green. Put them down, especially in the summer. Or if you're a warm climate and that helps them right. We're going through this worm caterpillar season right now in Florida. These ugly furry creatures are everywhere. I had these flowers, then I'm going to end this live. I had these flowers in my house, around my house in the US. And My friend, the gardener, had told me, he said, if start planting flowers, you're going to have bugs. I thought he meant like bumblebees and flies and stuff. Well, all of a sudden, I would wake up in the morning and it would be a caterpillar in my living room. And this happened for about a week. And so he came to prune the trees or whatever. And I was telling him these caterpillars keep ending up in my house. And he said, "Oh, they're coming from the flowers outside. I told you if you plant trees, you're going to have bugs." I said, "I didn't know you mean caterpillars." I took some them big long shears and cut down every single bush and flower that was around my house. That was 2000, probably 14. From 2014 to last year, I never had flowers again. Bushes, nothing. So it is 7:23 here in Ghana, West Africa. I'm going to end this live at 7:30 and go ahead and head over to my TikTok. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you coming into the Chemisphere. And we will do this every morning that I can get up early enough to do so. I remember being a little girl. I was about 13, and that's when in Detroit we had these little silver trash cans where you put your trash in a trash can, and then the trash can would come and pick it. The garbage people would pick them up once a week. And I had never had this experience. My mother told me to take something to the trash can, and the trash can was in the alley. To go in the backyard and take the trash, put something in the trash can. I lifted up the trash can top, and it was maggots all on the top of the trash can, and that is what started the maggot phobia. I knew nothing about maggots, didn't know they existed. I knew nothing about maggots at 12 years old until that day. I know, Latifah, the things that we experience in life is just too much. The first time I ever touched a earthworm was when me and my husband would fish every single day. Before we went to work, we would go fishing. He was addicted to fishing, and I became addicted to it as well. And I use artificial bait, but this one day I said, let me touch this worm. Let me see if I just touch the worm. That was the first time I ever touched the worm. I think I was 28 years old, and it just was hard. It just had a hard feeling, and I never touched a worm before or after that in my life. Excuse me. Now the water bugs don't bother me. What bothers me is things that crawl on their belly. I think the other insects don't bother me. Even the snakes don't bother me. As long, I mean, they startle me, but I'm not afraid of them, especially if it's not poisonous and or somebody's familiar with it. Even if a snake pull up right now, it will startle me and I probably will jump, but I'm not afraid of them like I am worms. I'd rather see a snake crawl through this yard non-poisonous than to see worms if I step outside. I'd rather see a scorpion occasionally than a worm, maggot, or slug. They sound beautiful, don't they? They really, really do. And then we have these night birds. When I do my night session, you get to hear the birds, the crickets, the toads. It's just a beautiful sound. Thanks for being here, Latifa. God is wonderful, Latifa. Just what? Hey, cooking with Kenny. I have another moderator in the room with this cooking and chilling with Kenny. Yeah, God is amazing. Just what He built. The interesting thing, I made a video about this. I don't know if I posted it. That God gave Ghana everything that it needs to survive and thrive and even be rich. And so I don't understand the poverty in Ghana, except to blame the government. I just don't understand. I don't understand it at all. Ghana needs nothing. They have gold. They have everything you can eat. They have gold, silver. They have forests and forests full of rubber tree plants where they create the tires and different rubbers. So I don't get the poverty in Ghana. I don't understand it. It is 7:29 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. I'm going to end this live at 7:30 and go ahead and head over to TikTok so I can have an early morning session with my TikTokers. Well, Kim, don't let that deter you from eating your fruits. You just got to look at it when you eat it, and if it's a fruit, can be peeled. Peel it. Don't eat the skin. Sometimes you'll see. Uh, I I will try that, Priscilla. Okay, Latifa, thanks for meeting me over on TikTok. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. I'm gonna go ahead and head over to TikTok. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming into the Chemisphere. Again, my TikTok is it's Kimberly Renee, IT apostrophe S. It's Kimberly Renee. Thank you all for being here. Have a blessed day.